Alright, earlier today, Dana White announced a couple of really big fights, but I'm going to be talking about the one that majority of us care about. Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. Let's get into it. My best friend, aka Tom Aspinall, we played FIFA together. We hung out in Manchester, is finally returning. I think he hasn't fought in over a year at this point, not by his own fault. There was a duck that was holding the championship belt hostage. Ciryl Gane has decided to come out of early retirement. He's decided to retire from making movies momentarily to finally compete in MMA. This dude literally has like a GTA cheat code where it just gets him unlimited title shots. This is his third title shot. A couple of years ago, he fought Francis Ngannou, and Ngannou pretty much just laid on him like a whale the entire fight. And then we got shots of Ciryl Gane acting like it was his first jiu-jitsu class. Didn't have a clue about what to do. And then obviously Ciryl Gane lost to John Jones, I believe 2 years ago. That fight had to be rigged. I don't believe he got beat that easily, and I think he was paid off. This fight is in Abu Dhabi for some reason. I don't know why. When I saw that, I was very confused. I know they've got a schedule to fill out for the rest of the year, but it just seemed like, you know, this being a heavyweight title fight and also Aspinall's first undisputed title fight, that it should have been somewhere in the UK or at least France. I don't know, for me it just feels really out of place to have it all the way in Abu Dhabi. And like I said, this is Aspinall's first defense since being promoted to the undisputed. Thank God the heavyweight division is saved. I'm just going to give my early prediction right now. Aspinall by any way he wants. I truly believe that Tom Aspinall is the more well-rounded fighter in every aspect of MMA. I think when you look at these two fight styles, it's not like Ciryl Gane doesn't have a chance to win. The only way that Ciryl Gane does have a path to victory is if he keeps this fight at range the entire time and tries to drag it out to a unanimous decision. We know Ciryl Gane not as this guy that's a big power puncher, even though he's a heavyweight. If anything, he's more of a volume striker. He's got the speed advantage against majority of the heavyweights because they're all blobs. But now he's fighting Tom Aspinall, someone that I reckon has a speed advantage over him. Ciryl Gane is coming off a split decision win against Volkov, an absolute robbery. I think this is one fight that unanimously across the entire MMA fan base for the first time ever, we can all agree that was a robbery. I think UFC just really wanted him to fight for the title. I don't know why. They really want a French champion. I guarantee you that if Ciryl Gane wins this fight and becomes the heavyweight champion, it's going to be more inactive than when John Jones was champion. This guy will often be doing multiple movies. He'll be on the face of Ciryl boxes. But what everyone loves about Aspinall is he just wants to fight. He just wants to be an active champion, and fighting is his life. He doesn't have any side hustles like Paw Patrol or these random movies that Ciryl Gane's doing. And I think French fans are the only people in the MMA fan base that are thinking Ciryl Gane is going to win this fight. The stylistic matchup of this fight is Aspinall kind of being the more pressure and speed fighter, where Ciryl Gane is a more technical and rangy fighter. That is one thing I think we can give Ciryl Gane, is that he's a bit more technical when it comes to the striking aspect of the fight. I think Aspinall heavily relies on his speed and the blitzing, which, to be honest, when you look at the different styles in MMA, the biggest kryptonite for a technical fighter is someone that tends to be a bit more explosive and puts a lot of pressure on you. You look at someone like Merab Dvalishvili, not a very technical fighter, but he puts an insane amount of pressure on his opponents, and we saw it in the two fights against O'Malley. Like O'Malley trying to make reads, being the more technical fighter, but it just overloaded him with information to the point that like Merab just smothered him. And I think we're going to see a very similar result here. I don't know if this will be an early win for Aspinall. I think this will be probably one of his longest fights. I could honestly see this fight going to a decision, which I think will be really interesting to see how Aspinall fares in those later rounds. Like I said, Aspinall has not fought in over a year, which I don't believe will really play a factor in this fight, strictly because Aspinall is one of those guys that trains year round. He doesn't really take off breaks or only trains when he's in fight camp. Like, I saw this guy a couple of weeks ago and he was in shape, man. He looked like he was fight ready. He doesn't blob up like Paddy Pimblett or like any of these other heavyweights. Not that Paddy Pimblett's a heavyweight, but he could be a heavyweight. Obviously with a heavyweight fight, there's always a high chance of it being a finish. If I was to make my prediction now, I think that Tom Aspinall wins this by unanimous decision. And in my opinion, the next person to fight for the heavyweight title should be none other than Mr. Sharma himself, Alex Pereira. Granted, he wins his light heavyweight fight against Magomed Ankalaev, which also just got announced. If he does lose that fight though, I think he should still move up to heavyweight and maybe fight for a #1 contendership, because I mean, other than that, who else is he going to fight at light heavyweight that's going to be a big fight for him? So yeah, those are my thoughts on the UFC 321 main event announcement, Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. I'm just so glad that Tom Aspinall is back. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys do drop a like on this video and make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.